Hello guys and girls, Voices from the Dark here. Welcome back to Steins Gate, where we will jump back to chapter 10. It's about the time where Kurisu sent us a little text message. This time we will reply to the text message, because that will trigger the 6th flag of the true ending. I am so excited for this. I have no idea what's gonna happen, but let's reply. Let me be alone, I need to think. So by sending that, we have triggered it. The true ending is what it's called. And if it doesn't have anything to do with any of the girls, I'm wondering if we can actually manage to obtain the ending that we're all dreaming of right here. If we can actually make it happen. If we can somehow find a way to save everybody. I hope we can. We have to be able to, right? Okay, so we did tell Kurisu that we won't give up ever, which is similar to the Kurisu path. So I'm wondering where this is going to become different. Oh my. They actually kiss in the true ending. What's going on here? Alright, we're back at the lab. We're about to commence Operation Verthandi and make everything right. Now she's probably gonna burst in the door. And we're gonna click it. And it's gonna go boo. Boom. And then she's gone. And that's it. Alright, we're throwing away the phone wave. Don't want to be experimenting with any time leaping ever again. Wait, what's this? Why is it so dark? The music is different. Why is the music different? There was nothing different about this. The only different thing I did was that I replied to that mail. But everything else that happened was exactly the same. I mean, I'm confused about what this means. Maybe there's some sort of epilogue after the credits? Wait. Excuse me? Hello? Hello? Wait, can I get my phone here? No, wait. Hello? Hello? Let him pick up.
はい、もしもし。え？誰が？僕が？お父さん？君の？何言ってんの？は？岡部倫太郎に代われ？なあ、オカリン。謎の女が代わってくれってさ。誰だ？
お願い。今すぐラジカンの屋上に来て。
だから誰だよ。
Wait, that's Amana? That's...
2036年から来た。そこにいる橋田至の娘。
Yeah, what? What?
名前は天音鈴葉。
Yeah, it is Suzuha!
ちょっと待て。鈴葉が。なんでここにいるんだ？
Wait, what? Wait, we're going back! What? What is going on? What is going on? Oh, maybe there's a chance. Maybe there's a chance. Chapter 11. Open the Steins Gate? There's a chapter 11? They wait until halfway through the credits. What? What? My mind is just blown. I was expecting that was it. I didn't think that... Okay. She said to meet her on the roof of Radio Kaikon. When I get there, I find it cordoned off. The roof was off limits to begin with, but now it's also part of a crime scene. As if I needed another reminder of the murder that took place here 3 weeks ago. So we're on the Beta World line? And Amana came? I duck under the yellow tape and open the door. The lock is still broken. My heart is I can hardly breathe after running up the stairs to get here. As I gasp for air, I look across the stark white concrete. And naturally, my eyes go straight to the satellite sitting smack dab in the middle of the roof. You gotten better at landing. No way. Wow, what's that? It's a robot, right? The transforming kind? Mayuri and Daru are just as surprised. What is that thing? I mean, it looks like Suzuha's time machine, but there's something different about it. Suzuha's looked old and beat up. This one looks brand new. It's not stuck in the wall either. And besides, this is the Beta World Line, where CERN's dystopia never forms. Suzuha has no reason to travel to 2010. That satellite shouldn't be here. And yet, I feel like I've seen it before. Where? When did I... Of course, it was at Dr. Nakabashi's presentation. Right before the presentation started, something shook the building like an earthquake, and when I went to check the roof, the satellite was sitting there. Though still confused, I approached the satellite. Just then, the hatch opens and someone steps outside. Ah! That's... Okabe Rintaro? Suzuha! It really is her! The part-time warrior! John Teeter! Time traveler from 2036! Daru's daughter, who will be born 7 years from now. Why are you here? I asked her the same question over the phone, but I can't help myself. I need answers. Are you Okabe Rintaro? I need to know. Yeah. The way she puts it makes it sound like she's never met me before. And now that we're talking face to face, I realize that there's something very different about her. For starters, what's with all the camo? Looks dirty and worn, like she's been fighting in it for a while. She's even carrying a gun for some reason, and I'm pretty sure it's not a replica. Is she really Amana Suzuha? Hold on. Just hold on 1 second. This doesn't make sense. No, calm down. Figure this out, Okabe. You know that this is impossible. Suzuha can't be here. She leapt to 1975 in her one-way time machine. She found the IBN 5100, made sure it would get to you, then passed away in the year 2000. But wasn't all that on the Beta World Line? I mean, the Alpha World Line? So where did this girl come from? I'm a time traveler from the year 2036. I have a request for Uncle Okarin. Uncle? You're an uncle? We don't have time to humor Mira's question. I guess we were pretty close to Daru, so in that sense, I suppose his kids could call us Uncle Okarin, you know, just as like a endearing term. Suzuha walks up to me and looks me in the eye. Her expression is grim. The next words out of her mouth are the last thing I expected to hear. This world line is headed for World War III. I need your help to prevent it. Please, help me change the future. What the hell are you talking about? I thought I fixed everything. World War III? Oh no, that's really bad. Are you really a time traveler? You're not just messing with us here. Stay out of this, Dad. Dad? Whoa, that was a shock. I mean, it's not every day a mysterious beauty calls me Dad, though to be honest, I prefer to be called Big Brother. Wait, everyone just wait! Let me think. I take a deep breath. Okay, let's figure this out. I turn to Suzuha. Is that thing a time machine? Suzuha nods curtly. She hasn't smiled once. There's no hint of the cheerful Suzuha I remember. Instead, I sense strength, conviction, and steel resolve. Your father built it? That's right. Suzuha glances at Daru. Where did you come from? The year 2036. I stopped in 1975 and 2000 first. You... what? That doesn't make any sense. She's obviously not in her 40s. Which means... that time machine can travel to the future? It wouldn't be much of a time machine otherwise. This isn't the Suzuha I know. Well, the other machine was pretty messed up. This one is in much better condition, so I'm not surprised that it could. But it is Suzuha. You're from a different future? A different future? What's going on in 2036? What about CERN's dystopia? CERN? What's that? Suzuha frowns. She doesn't know about CERN? That settles it. She's definitely not the Suzuha I know. This is a different world line. Why are you surprised? I mean, there's no reason that she would remember any of you on Beta, right? Because you haven't met her on Beta. You said something about World War III? Right. In my time, humanity has been reduced to less than 1 billion people. Less than 1 billion? But the population now is like 6.7 billion. Are you saying 5.7 billion people died? That's what happens when you use nuclear weapons. It was just like the Cold War, only this time they were fighting over time travel technology. It started with a race between the EU and Russia. Of course it was Russia. Then the Americans got involved and things really went to hell. They were all desperate to stop anyone else from being first to build a time machine. Whoever controls time controls the world, right? That's time travel again. It has the power to grant your dreams, and at the same time, destroy everything you love. I know that better than anyone. By 2036, the war's over, but it left the Earth in ruins. We won't survive for long, not as things are. It's unbelievable. In the future of the Alpha World Line, CERN used their time machine to fashion a dystopia where no one could oppose their rule. Suzuha traveled to the past to change that. She showed me how to escape that convergence. The result is this, the Beta World Line. Here, CERN fails to complete its time machine. But instead, 5.7 billion people die in the fires of nuclear war. This can't be happening. My legs fold beneath me. I sink to my knees. Are you okay? Mayuri kneels beside me and gently rubs my back. But I'm too stunned to respond to her kindness. I glare at Suzuha. Though I know it's absurd, part of me blames her. Why is this happening? You lied to me. You said a peaceful future was waiting for us on the Beta World Line. We saved Mayuri. We changed the future. And now, after everything we did, Suzuha appears before me once again to say that it wasn't enough? We're at a point of great divergence, when... I know that already! Then you understand! 5.7 billion people are going to die, and the survivors will be left with no future, no hope! I came here to prevent that, and to do that, I need your help, Uncle Okarin. I refuse! Dash dash exclamation point? I reject her plea outright. Suzuha looks hurt, betrayed, like an abandoned puppy. How dare she look at me that way? I borrow Mayuri's shoulder and struggle back to my feet. I came here from the Alpha World Line. I had to sacrifice the girl I love to make it this far. I can't go back. Not to the World Line where Mayuri dies. I don't care if 5.7 billion people die. I won't let her. I won't let Kurisu's sacrifice be in vain. One person versus 5.7 billion. They can't be compared. Suzuha is staring at me in disbelief. Mayuri and Daru clearly don't know what to say. I haven't told them what happened, so they can't understand. Wait, you mean you've been to another attractor field? Wow, so that's the power of reading Steiner. How do you know about that? Dad told me, and I met you before, Uncle Okarin. In the future, that is. You've met me? I see. So the me of that attractor field went to the past too. A faint smile flickers across her face, then she looks at me with renewed intensity. Uncle Okarin, I know you don't want to, but no. I won't let Kurisu's death be in vain. I won't let Mayuri die. Huh? Mayushi dies? By Kurisu, I assume you mean Makisa Kurisu? Listen, Uncle. Let's say, hypothetically, that the only way to change the future of this world line is to go to July 28th, 2010, the day Makisa Kurisu dies. And save her! I knew it! We can save her! I'm way too far away from the computer. Holy frickety fruckety! Cause with that time machine we can go, we can save her! We can stop a dystopia, we can save 5.7 billion people, and I get to nail Kurisu. It's just a perfect future right here. What would you do? What? Shock ripples through my body. What did she say? Save Kurisu? But convergence! But how? We no longer have the phone wave or the time leap machine, and even if we did, I could never leap that far back. There's this big item behind Suzuha called the time machine. Ah, of course. I look over Suzuha's shoulder at the object disguised as a satellite. Your time machine. We can use your time machine! It came all the way from 2036. You should have no trouble going back a mere 3 weeks. Even better, this time machine can do what Alpha Suzuha's could not. It can travel to the future. I can go to July 28th, save Kurisu, and return to the present. No D-mails, no time leaps. Genuine, physical time travel. I can't refuse. I literally can't refuse. I saw this time machine once before, on July 28th, that fateful day. Shortly before Kurisu was killed, I saw it standing in this very spot, as sure as it is standing before me now. Wait, was that you leaping from this time to July 28th? But on a world line where you failed to save her? There's only one thing that can mean. It has already been established that this time machine will appear on that day, in this place. Even before I sent the first D-mail, my participation was assured. Even the thought of turning Suzuha down is meaningless. Nothing is coincidence. Everything is inevitable. The revelation makes me dizzy. It's like I don't have the tiniest atom of free will, like my every action from the moment of birth was planned for me by some cosmic force. The world line I'm aiming for isn't... what did you call it? The Alpha world line? It's not that. What we're aiming for is the space between attractor fields. The space between? There lies a world line unaffected by any attractor fields. A world line known as Steins Gates. What? But that's the chuny name I pulled out of my ass. It doesn't even mean anything. I was told that Steins Gate is a brand new world line no one has ever observed. I assume they got the name from Okarin in the future, maybe? That this is his theory? But didn't someone have to observe it to know it's there? Nope, it's never been observed. That's what makes it new. But Dad and Uncle Okarin were able to calculate its divergence. Minus 0.086109% relative to the current world line. That's where we'll find Steins Gate. And to reach that world line, we have to save Kurisu? I am all in. I am so freaking hooked right now. Exactly. She's the key to averting World War III. As long as she lives, the war won't happen. Or at the very least, 5.7 billion people won't die. Well, we'll nuke each other to death sooner or later. Why? Huh? Why Kurisu? I mean, I know she's a genius, but are you telling me she's the hero who'll save 5.7 billion people? I don't know. You don't know? And you expect me to go along with this? Hey, I'm just following Dad's plan. And apparently you're the one who came up with it in the first place. If there's a flaw in your plan, then we're all in trouble. It sounds like you didn't hear it from me. Is that right? Ah, shit. So we do die in the future, in 2025. This is even like a different... This is on a different world line altogether. This is the beta world line, and it's still the same? I just hope we weren't killed by Ney, because I don't think Ney would have a proper reason to kill us. Because I don't even know if they recruited Tenusha Yugo on this world line, because CERN got their hands on it in like late July, the text. But I'm not sure if they'd like recruited Tenusha Yugo before that or not. You passed away 10 years ago. 15 years from now, that is. The year 2025. Tuts. The same result is on the Alpha world line. So I don't know the whole story. What I do know is that my dad continued your work. After you died, he built his time machine all by himself just to see your plan through. That's my super hack, huh? I'm wondering what Mayuri and Ashida are thinking right now. Dots? He must have hacked into CERN and stolen their research, then used it to construct his own time machine. On the Alpha World line, CERN killed Daru before he could complete the machine. But here, Daru was able to perfect his design. That's why it can go back to the future. At least that seems to be the most likely explanation. Uncle Okarin. Like I said, Steins Gate is unobserved. Nobody knows what future awaits us there. There's a chance that a dystopia rises from the ashes of World War III. There's a chance that Makisa Kurisu dies just 2 days after you save her. There's a chance that you don't die in 2025, but next week. But there's also a chance that when 2036 comes, there will be no dystopia, no world ravaged by war. There's a chance that everyone, including Makisa Kurisu, will still be alive. There's a chance that a wonderful future awaits. At least it won't be the future I came from, and it won't be the future the other me came from. That much is certain. Is an unknown future really for the best? I would hate for the ending role to say, despite your best efforts, you made everything worse. It's completely unknown, completely unpredictable. Kurisu can't be saved. I know that. Even if we change the past, convergence will ensure her death, just as it did for Mayuri. It's impossible. There's no way this plan can succeed. In the end, fate will win, as it always has. But if you're willing to try, if you're willing to come with me to July 28th, then take my hand. I look down at Suzuha's hand. Her skin is rough, her palm calloused. This cool, collected, unsmiling Suzuha comes from a ruined world, from the ashes of a war that claimed over 5 billion lives. I can only imagine what she's been through. Dots. Kurisu. How I have dreamt of saving her. I would do anything, to change her fate. But how do I know this invitation would lead me into another maze of despair? Mayushi doesn't understand any of this. But this Makisa person was very important to you, wasn't she? I think you should go for it. 5.7 billion people, man. I can't even imagine. But don't sweat the small stuff. Just save the girl and you're set for life. It's the dream of every otaku. Mayuri and Daru offer me encouragement, but it's not enough to overcome my doubt. The Makisa Kurisu we knew, lab member 004, is already gone. Even if I save her on this world line, she won't remember any of the time she shared with us. So there's no point. I won't bend time to my convenience. Not again. I'm not God. I don't have that right. If I try, I'll just end up making things worse. Reason pleads with me to stop. And yet, I look at Suzuha's outstretched hand. And then, with resignation, I grasp it firmly. I'm in. Try though I may to fight it. This choice was made for me on July 28th, the moment I laid eyes upon this time machine. Fate wants me to take your hand. Who am I to argue? I'm not at all confident that I can save Kurisu. How many times have I tried to resist fate only to fail? I don't want to see her die. But if there's a chance, however small, that she can be saved, I have to try. Even if I can't take back what we had, I want more than anything to save her. Let's go. Thank you, Uncle Okarin. Hop aboard. Can this thing even fit 2 people? Of course it can. It's my dad's masterpiece. Daru, your daughter really loves you. I don't get it, but stop calling me dad. I'd rather be your Oni-chan, if you know what I mean. Be sure to come back, okay? I don't want you to disappear, okay? I'm not going to another world. It's just a short hop to the past. I pat Mayuri's arm reassuringly. Then I follow Suzuha to the time machine's hatch and slip inside. Is this happening? Is this real life? Is this just a fantasy? Are we gonna sing Bohemian Rhapsody? I'm so mind blown. The interior is cylindrical and surprisingly tight. Ooh. When I sit down on the ledge that rims the cylinder, it puts me face to face with Suzuha, kind of like one of those giant teacup rides. How romantic. There are fewer controls than I expected. The inside definitely looks more refined than what I saw of Suzuha's time machine on the Alpha World line. But one thing remains the same. The time display panel, a black screen with LED lettering. I guess that's just Daru's taste. Give me your phone. When I hand it over, Suzuha casually tosses it out the hatch. Hey! It's better not to bring it. It'll cause interference. Interference? Oh, I see. We're going to July 28th, so there'll be 2 of me and, if I bring it, 2 of my phone. I guess that could be a problem if I got a call or something. So time travelers really do need to be careful about what they bring to the past. But do we have to like be careful of not being seen then? I assume we can't be seen by the other Okarin? Shut the hatch. I hear Mayuri and Daru cheering outside. Mayuri caught my phone, thankfully. I give them a final nod, then close the hatch. Silence engulfs us. Suzuha is operating the time display panel. She sets our destination to July 28, 2010, 11:50 AM. That should do it. That's cutting it awfully close. That's cutting it awfully close. I remember that Dr. Nakabashi's presentation began at 12. This time machine can't physically move. Meaning? No matter what time we travel to, we'll always arrive at the exact same coordinates. In other words, on the roof of Radio Kaikan. I mean, it's a little more complicated than that, but there's no time to explain. Anyway, we could leap to the day before the presentation, but if we attract too much attention, they could close Radio Kaikan and cancel the presentation. That's why we gotta cut it close. I see. Uncle, this is your first time traveling, right? Okay, first, stop calling me uncle. And yes, I've made more time leaps than I want to remember, but I've never time traveled before. According to John Teeter, the G-forces are pretty strong. You feel like you're being stretched out. Yeah, I wrote that. The John Teeter stuff? Right, back when I left it 2000. And that's what he remembers, and that's why Suzuha on the Alpha World line couldn't remember that, because it was Suzuha on the Beta World line who did that. I see. The past has changed. Changed back, I suppose, from my point of view. When I was on the Alpha World line, I saw Teeter post on that channel in real time. On this world line, these posts were made to an English BBS in the year 2000. You don't sound surprised. Nothing can surprise me now. My brain's too busy trying to process all the new information. Feels like it's gonna blow. I'll go over the mission one more time. Once we arrive, there'll be no time for chit-chat. The objective is to prevent Makisa Kurisu's death. Oh yes, baby, sign me up. Ever since I returned to this world line, I've avoided all news of Kurisu's murder. I was afraid of setting that result in stone. So I still don't know who killed Kurisu. I don't know how or why she died. I don't know anything at all. If I'd known it would come to this, would I have looked things up? I asked myself that question. The answer is no. What about attractor field convergence? That day's a turning point, remember? Meaning the probability of Makisa Kurisu's death is roughly 50%. So convergence won't happen? It may happen, it may not. No, it probably will, but I'm sure there's a loophole somewhere. That loophole is the doorway to Steins gate. So in the end, it's a gamble. Oh, one more thing. Watch out for Dr. Nakabashi. What do you mean? Remember what I said about World War III? It all started because of something called the Nakabashi paper. A paper Dr. Nakabashi wrote detailing his theory of time travel. But that fraud's theory was just a rip-off of John Teeter's. Wait a minute. John Teeter's sitting right in front of me. So what Teeter posted on the internet was true? I mixed in some lies, so not many people listened to me at the time. I never thought someone would reevaluate it 10 years later. Looks like he built his theory off of what I wrote. Apparently, it's almost perfect. Anyway, Dr. Nakabashi was there when Makisa Kurisu was killed, right? So watch out for him. I'm sure he's important to the divergence of this world line. Dr. Nakabashi? Important? I thought he was just some con artist. Ready to go? Fasten your seatbelts. I look underneath my butt to find what looks like a car seat belt. I wrap it around my waist and fix my body to the seat. Does it shake a lot? Shake? No, it doesn't shake. I mean, it does something else. Wait, is this safe? Suzuha leans forward and pushes a bright yellow button on the bottom of the panel. There are no windows, so I can't tell if the time machine is moving. It's only 3 weeks, so it shouldn't take more than 2 or 3 minutes. Suzuha fastens her own seatbelt and sighs. When I first left in 1975, it was 6 long hours with nothing to do. I guess time travelers have their own problems. Since it's only a few minutes, we won't bother with the oxygen masks. Just beware we'll have no oxygen for the duration. You mean I have to hold my breath? Right here. Suzuha points to the center of the cylinder, the space between me and her. There'll be an air pocket. Stick your head inside and have enough oxygen for about 10 minutes. Hey, for argument's sake, what happens if we fail to save Kurisu? There's not much fuel left. We barely had enough to begin with. There's not even enough for a return trip to 2036. So if we fail to change the world line, then I'll be stuck in this time. But don't worry, as long as we're just traveling 3 weeks each way, we still have enough for 2 round trips. So what she's really saying is that we only have 2 chances. But then how do you plan to get back to 2036? I don't. Once we reach Steins Gate, I won't have any reason to come to this time in the first place, will I? Causality will be reconstructed. I should disappear from this time, since I'll probably be living peacefully in 2036. But that all depends on you, Uncle Okarin. Her tone is light, but her expression is serious. This is the first time in weeks that we've spoken, but I just now realized something about her. Suzuha is pretty reckless, isn't she? Suddenly, there's a sapping sound and countless faint silver lights start floating around the cylinder. They look like moth dust or powdered snow. The lights slowly change colors. Violet, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. Back to silver. Violet, blue. The colors of the rainbow. I feel pressure on my entire body, similar to the sensation you feel as you ascend in an elevator. In an elevator, you feel as if you're being pulled downwards, but instead, the time machine feels like it's pulling at my back. The feeling of pressure quickly increases. It starts to feel like I'm falling horizontally. I never experienced anything like this. It's so uncomfortable I want to scream. The strangest thing is that the time machine itself isn't shaking. In fact, it doesn't seem to be moving at all. There is no noise, no vibration. It's eerie. The pulling sensation grows even stronger. I can't hear my bones creaking. I imagine my body flattened like a pancake. It's not a pleasant thought. It's getting worse. I look at Suzuha. She has her eyes shut and her jaw clenched tight. I can no longer move. It feels like my back is glued to the wall. My vision begins to warp. And within my warping vision, the powder of light still shifts through the colors of the rainbow. It's strangely beautiful, like something out of a painting. And still I keep falling. Where is it taking me? Through a tunnel in space-time? All I know is that I'm falling. Suddenly, everything goes dark. I try to scream, but even my voice falls away. It doesn't even reach my own ears. It's gravity. There's an intense gravitational distortion behind me. And I'm still falling towards it.